Fire faces on the pod. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got our four, and then we do have a guest with us, a Mr. Noah Thomas. Let's go. Let's go ahead and show up a
Somebody
frequent
make some
flyer from
noise.
you know what I'm saying?
Come
Welcome back.
on.
Welcome back as always. We took a quick little week off. So how everybody feeling? How everybody week off was?
Recovered.
Yes, sir. Hey, okay. Big Noah, you got going on these days, man?
Man, I got a lot going on, man. I could bore you with the details, or you get straight into it because I got some takes to find.
Yeah, we'll definitely get straight into it. I already told you we got a half hour cap, so honestly, we can really just fire away. No, what you got for us, bro?
You want me to just kick it off with? You gotta guide me a little bit, or
I'll guide you because if I'm chatting, then I have to go NBA first. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a blockbuster trade that we have to discuss just a little bit.
Was.
We do. So as you, we got this guy. He looked like a bozo. I know it's Halloween, but you gotta take that mask off. But
He was in the
take the mask off for real. Like, but
he disappeared.
reactions. James going to the Clippers for some elderly men and a bag of chips. What y'all think?
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
I'll be the first to say this team is not winning a championship, but I feel like they're going to be fun to watch every so often. Whenever everybody plays, like they'll be fun to watch. Feel me? And I'm a little disappointed that this whole Kawhi and PG to the Clippers, like it doesn't look like that experiment is going to work. But I do think at the very least they put on like a pretty solid like on court product. You feel me? At least they're fun to watch. But you know what I mean? I don't really think that move it's not gonna bring a championship to LA, in my opinion. I don't know. I could be. I hope I'm wrong.
Like I mentioned earlier, it's about two MVPs, okay, who have both led the league in scoring and in assists before. All right. Yeah. We're talking about a multi-finals MVP, okay, multi-time depoy. And we're talking about Paul George, who, some people believe he's the best player of all time. Like I've heard that uttered before. Okay. I'm just saying though. So when you take this team on paper, how many teams y'all taking over them right now? So y'all obviously gonna say the Bucks. Who's better on paper?
The Nuggets.
The Celtics.
Suns.
No.
I gotta stop you there. I don't know if the Suns are better.
What?
The Suns haven't even played a game yet, so we don't really
know. But on paper they are.
I don't
know. They have a good roster. It's not like it's just
they have a good few players.
Like no, they have a well. They have
I feel as though the Clippers have the better all around roster.
No, they definitely have a better roster.
They got Nurkic. They got Grayson Allen. They got some more shooters. They got Eric Gordon. They got
what shooters did they get?
Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen. These are straight shooters. Like
straight shooters.
I'm saying they're straight at their job. Like they're
cool.
Like, yeah, like
do they have any good wings? Do they have any good wings?
I mean, you got Book and KD.
Yeah,
I understand that, but like Book is more of a guard than a wing, in my opinion. He's more of a guard than the wing. He's playing point guard for them.
Whoa, what?
But that is a point that we have to make. Like their point guard would be Book at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like
he is the point guard.
Yeah, like he hasn't really done that before. So you got 2 point guards on that Clippers team right now. You got 2.
But I mean, James can fall back into that shooting guard role because like that's been I feel like when you look at James Harden, like, huh?
I don't think that he will though.
Yeah,
I don't think so either.
I don't real. Russ is off the bench. Like Morgan, like I know Morgan's like a big Russ fan, but like they didn't get Harden to come here and not facilitate the ball. Like,
that's fact.
To run the offense.
He led the league in assists last year. Morgan.
Why are you looking like that, Morgan?
Yeah, like I'm confused.
Pulling up the numbers just so we're keeping it honest. Like we're just so we're being honest about Russell Westbrook right now. I just want to make sure that I have.
I'm not saying he's not. He didn't start the season off well. Like he's played okay to start the season off, but like they didn't get Harden to have Russell starting point guard. I don't think that's
Harden's definitely the better player. I think like
they're not bringing in Harden to ditch Russ though. Like they're both gonna have to just work it out.
Nah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think Russ's fit, like off the bench, it might not be that bad.
Yeah,
Russ is a high energy guy. You know, you bring him in for like 25 minutes a night. Like, he's gonna give you hustle. Feel me? He's gonna dive after loose balls, push the pace. You don't need him to start. You know, he can just dictate the whole second unit by himself. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate that.
So y'all are telling me that a lineup of Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi running that 4 spot, and then putting Zubac in there is not getting it done?
No,
they may close games. They may close games.
What does getting it done mean? Like just winning it?
That's the best lineup that they can put out there. Russell Westbrook is not the scorer that James Harden is. He never has been.
They're too small for They're not too small for anybody except for Phoenix, in my opinion. Like the Suns aren't particularly big. Who?
The Nuggets?
I mean the Nuggets. I'm sorry. The Suns aren't particularly big. You like the Nuggets obviously have Jokic, but like out west at least, like the Lakers, like they're not particularly like just gonna just beat up on you. The Warriors aren't that big. The Sun, like there's just not that many bigs out west, in my opinion. That really scares me if I'm the Clippers. And I like the Clippers versus the Clippers have a lot of good wings. They have a lot of good wing play. Like we're forgetting off the bench, they have Terrence Mann. They've got Norman Powell. They've got Bones Highland. Okay,
no, they don't have Powell anymore, right?
Nah, they
still got Powell.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if that is the best lineup that they can trot out. Like you could throw in one of those other wing guys
and Powell's got a clip. Powell's shooting like damn near 40% from 3. He's that type of shooter. Like Bones can shoot. I'm a little worried about defense a little bit off the bench. But other than that, and I'm worried about like you said, like, okay, they're not that big. So like when you're playing the Nuggets, like you don't really have like the bigs to really like give Jokic any issues. But I don't know. Like maybe I'm tripping.
All right. So size, we just disputed that. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate you with that. I really do. We just disputed that. So Russell Westbrook's coming off the bench because of what now? Exactly. Let's just get this straight.
I feel like it's fit.
It's fit.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
James Harden is a point guard at this point. Like at this point in his career, he's a point guard. He's been a point guard for the last few years.
So Russ and Harden can't play together.
They can. I'm not saying that they can't.
Slow.
Like I don't know. Right. I don't know if that's the best lineup that they can trot out.
Yeah, it's not the best
Russ
lineup.
And James Harden as their backcourt. Like,
it's the best lineup, and it's the lineup they're going to try out. Yeah, y'all watch that. Yeah.
They may actually trot it out there, and then it'll crash and burn. And you'll see Russ on the bench, and then you're
preying on it, aren't you?
No, I really don't care. I would like to see Russ go onto the bench to start it off, rather than like see this little song and dance play out, and then you're on here complaining about how Russell Westbrook's a MVP and he's off the bench and we're trying him and stuff like that.
MVP. Like, this is just crazy. He's the best facilitator on the squad. Like nothing's changed.
That's not true.
Nothing's changed.
Who is Morgan?
Not a damn thing has changed. So it's just like, what are we doing?
Russ is the best facilitator on the squad.
Yes, he is. I believe
Morgan, you don't
all
believe
time.
that.
I do believe that. Yes.
Oh, we're not talking about
all right now.
Hey, y'all ask me.
Is that even true? Is that even true?
I just said, like let's be honest.
Better facilitator.
They're on the same team together. Who was the best facilitator? They're on the same team together. Who was on the bench? Best big.
Better than Harden at anything all time. I don't know if he's better than Harden at anything all time, except for
anything.
Like rebounding. Like that's it though.
Rebounding.
Defense?
Yeah, okay, in defense. I'm talking about offensively. But yeah,
whatever. Anywho. No, I don't want to keep it too much about basketball, especially if we get into Russ territory. Like we could go on and on. And we could. And we definitely could. But let's talk about this football scene too. So we got some trades going on in the NFL. College football is heating up as always. Let's talk about the NFL. Let's just start there, I guess. I mean, we got some trades going on. Let's talk about them. What do we like? What do we don't like?
I just have a quick like spiel, not even spiel, just like an opinion on the Washington Commander. They're the Commanders now. Okay,
Yeah,
don't,
they are the Commanders.
don't want to offend the Native Americans out there. We're gonna call them the Commanders on the show.
Yeah.
But it's just like they're approaching that territory. They're about to approach no man's land. Like they don't really seem to have a plan. Teams they traded their two best pass rushers, two good young pieces. I don't love that move for them, but I love the move for the teams that got their players. Okay, Chase Young in San Francisco, I believe. I like that fit. I like it a lot. Okay, Montez Sweat, he's going to Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't get that one though. I really don't.
Why not?
I just don't get why the Bears were buyers. Like I feel like, and they have like you're gonna have to re-sign him.
That's the thing though. Like a lot of
He's really a
times,
commander,
I
a lot
feel
of
like
years.
there's no shame in getting a known commodity in exchange for a draft pick, and just like paying him now. Like you're a draft pick. Like they're always good in theory, but at the end of the day, they're just a throw with the dartboard. And like the Bears they miss,
were
and I
bad.
think like I like their new front office. I don't hate it, but like they've missed before. So just go ahead and get Montez Sweat. He's not an elite pass rusher, like he's not a top 5 guy, but like he might be a top 10 pass rusher, like at the peak of his power. I'm not saying right now, like I'm just saying, like the peak of his powers, he might be a top 10 guy, might get you 15 sacks one season.
15 sacks.
15.
I mean, he has 7 right now.
He could.
He has 7
Okay,
sacks
in his best year ever. But like
I know.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
I'm saying like he seems to be like
I mean,
on the
that's football,
rise.
though. Like it's always a prove it type of thing. So
It is.
you can do
15.
right now.
I think 15 is asking.
I just saying at peak of his powers, he looks like a 12 sack per year guy, which is good depending on the deal they give him. But if they trade a second for him and then give him like a deal that's not too crazy, I don't hate the move at all.
I mean, I think that he's going to get a big payday. Honestly, like
Yeah.
that's why I think some teams didn't even go after him. Like I saw a few reports that some teams kind of backed out. But the Bears,
I
mean,
the Bears have the money to pay him.
they definitely do.
Roster,
But what's it called? I mean, that also is essentially a first round pick because the Bears are so trash. Like, they're what? Are they the worst in the league right now?
No, I don't believe so. I believe the Cardinals.
The Cardinals and Panthers.
But you're right. It's at the top of the second round, which I like. You just kind of got to pay that price sometimes. I don't know if at the top of the second round you're going to get a Montez Sweat type of guy. Like you could.
You can say that, but like it's not even about the Bears for me because I don't care about the Bears are going to suck for a while, I think. But like people are complaining on the Falcons side, and I was like, I think that would have been overpaying for the Falcons had we crashed out for Montez Sweat. Like
a second round pick?
No, we didn't have a second round to give better than that. What I'm saying, like we could have given our second round pick, but that's what 15 picks worse.
Yeah.
Like they're not taking that.
Mid-round.
People wanted us to beat that offer. I don't think so. Like I think we would have been overpaying as well. The Chase Young thing, like I don't think the Falcons even want to Chase. To keep it real,
why not though? Like this
just
is
based on our actions. Like what's called, you're getting Chase Young for a rental, or you have to re-sign him. Pretty much, like it's this 8-game rental, which is what the 49ers are going to do. They can't keep him.
Yeah, they can't
pay
keep
him.
Okay.
So in the Falcons case, it would be Chase Young as your pass rusher of the future. I don't think that we wanted that.
When was the last time we had an
be.
elite pass rusher, Julian? Vic Beasley?
We haven't had a consistent one since John
Vic
Abraham.
Beasley one time.
Yeah, I've said consistent since like John Abraham. Like it's been a minute.
And that's crazy. Like you're not
but I'm just saying what I'm saying is Chase Young is gonna command pretty good money. Like he's a pass rusher. I don't know if the Falcons were that interested based on our actions. Like that's just what it seems to me.
But you should have been
offered for Montez Sweat. What do you mean we should have been? I don't think
look at Philly up.
Chase
Young,
he's a good
Chase Young is not
bro.
that. Chase Young is not like Chase Young looks better than he is. That's my thing about Chase Young. Like he's 6'6". I said this before any of this happened. Like we talked about this earlier in the week, and I was like, Chase Young and Sweat, like their body builds make them seem like super fine, but like those guys are like they're good, but they're not great.
But you're alive.
He has a sack like every game this year. I'm not.
Montez Sweat's having his best year ever. Yeah.
Like you're like that's the point to like go after ascending talents. I don't see the issue in that at all. So
they're both young.
It's hard to say that.
they're in their contract years. You're not that young.
They're pretty young. They're like 26, 20, 25, right?
I'm just talking about in football terms. Like you're not that young.
I mean, they still have like 7 years of productivity left. Like,
yeah, that's fine. But did we want to tie ourselves to Chase Young for the next 3 years?
4 years.
Like, I just don't see what the alternative is. Because in my opinion, like as a Falcons fan, it gets so frustrating to like have teams that have everything but one thing. Like right now, I feel like we're missing a quarterback. Like not even like an elite quarterback, because I know
we can get back into that conversation too. Because that Tannehill,
we're missing a quarterback and we're missing pass rush, and like we're so good on the back end on defense. Secondary is nice. Like we don't have a lot of huge names playing linebacker, but they're good. They're good. Yeah. You feel me? But like we don't have a pass rusher and we don't have a quarterback, and it's so frustrating to like, oh, like we can just wait. And what are we waiting for? What are we waiting?
I mean, I just feel like there's not that many guys who are on the market who are now going to cost you a first round pick, right? So it's kind of like, at what cost are you trading for these guys? Like, yeah, we could have traded for Chase Young. It seems like we didn't want him. We tried to trade for Montez Sweat. We got beat by the Bears. Like, you got to tip your caps with the Bears. They have better draft capital. What's it called? I would have said I would have liked to see us get Danielle Hunter. We're not getting Danielle Hunter for anything less than a first, which is why I told you this morning.
Does he have years left on his deal?
No, he doesn't. But that's a guy who I would be willing to pay Danielle Hunter for the next few years, because Danielle Hunter is actually 5. Like Danielle Hunter's 5. Chase Young and Sweat are not 5.
You're trading for potential at that point, which is to that point, like you just keep the pick and just draft for potential. Like,
and you got to think, if we need 2 things, especially at 2 premium positions next year, right? You just said it. We need a pass rusher and a quarterback.
Yes.
If we're looking at this next year upcoming, there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. So if we have a quarterback who we really like, and the Falcons are going to be in that mid area, we can use this draft capital that we just kept to trade up and go get that quarterback that we really like. I don't know about pass rusher. There's a few guys like Jared Verse. We'll see how it shakes out. And there's guys in free agency who didn't get traded today, like Hunter, like Brian Burns. Like, I think that we have a lot of space to build the roster in this next offseason.
What do you go after first?
In the draft?
You got to get a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't agree.
In the first round? In the first round, it just depends on who you like. Like,
literally.
It depends on where the draft pick falls. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like
you need a quarterback.
We do need a quarterback badly, but it really depends on where our draft picks is.
Bro, if you had a quarterback right now, if you're the capable quarterback right now, you could literally be almost undefeated. You could
probably have like 6 wins.
Y'all would probably be like 62 right now for sure.
Yeah, but the issue with just okay, obviously quarterback's a more important position, but like I think the issue with like saying, okay, we need to get quarterback first is like you're putting yourself in a position that if you get the wrong one, you're setting the franchise back another 3, 4, 5 years. And like I'm tired of like the reset. Like okay, we had Matt Ryan for a while, but like missing on like premium positions, that's a franchise killer. It just is. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like I get what y'all are saying, and I'd like a quarterback, but like this year, if it's not Caleb Williams or Drake May, I'm kind of cool on the rest of the class. Like especially in the first round, second round,
who's in
like
the class?
Bo Nix, I'm straight.
Yeah, no.
Michael Penix is like 25. I'm good. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But if it's like, you feel me? If it's like a AJ McCarthy,
yeah, he's been in the league for like 6 years or 6 years of college, I think.
Yeah, like this is just insane.
Because he tore his ACL twice.
Yeah.
So he's damaged.
He's tough though. But
you wouldn't like a Mike Wright or like a Shador?
Shut up, man.
That's next year. On God, don't look.
Yeah, Shador's not leaving. Yeah,
Shador's not leaving, and I would like Mike Wright. Feel me? So it's options next year. So if it's like this year, if I don't hate the way the Falcons draft, I just hate the way they use their draft picks. But like if we get there's some pass rushers. Say we just land in that 20, 20 range. If some pass rushers in that range, like Jared Verse, could fall that far. You never know. You were so far from the draft. Dallas Turner could be there. It's guys who might be there.
I don't think Dallas Turner's he's dominant though.
I'm just saying, like those are attainable guys. We just got to pull the trigger. Like the front office has to man up. Arthur Blank has to man up one of these days.
I agree. I mean, I think we need to make a splash signing for sure. for a pass rusher or a quarterback. This
Splash signing.
free
You
agency.
know who our splash signing is going to be? Like Haloti Nada. We're not splashing. I just know.
I feel like there's guys to be had though, based on
there are guys to be. There always are.
Based on what just happened at this trade deadline, I feel like somebody's gonna get signed by the Falcons.
Brian Burns is Brian Burns free agent? Okay, I might need to see him in that black and red. Okay, Brian.
But yeah, I was surprised the Panthers didn't trade him. I don't know how the Panthers didn't trade him. They must be resigning. I don't know. But
hey, Jack Couch. My fault. Jack Couch wants us to talk about that. Ryan Tannehill did not get traded. Okay.
I mean, that was the topic of conversation earlier today. Like,
yeah,
you know, like it doesn't because I mean, even though I thought it was weird the Vikings went for Josh Dobbs, I guess he played.
I mean, I think they got him to be a backup quarterback. I think
he can ball.
I think they got him to be their backup quarterback.
Who? The Vikings?
Josh Dobbs. I mean, at least he's the backup this week, and I think the next week after that they said.
Who is their black? So who's starting for them?
Don't they have a rookie?
Oh, that rookie. They have a rookie.
No, it's not.
Jaron Hall.
That was their only back in the room.
No.
Why wouldn't it be Josh Dobbs?
It won't. It's not going to be.
He has to play a game in like 5 days. Like it probably will be Jaron Hall.
But
I will say though, if he doesn't like impress, they will start Josh Dobbs for the rest
eventually.
Of the
year. He's terrible.
That's one thing that I cannot stress y'all enough. Like y'all were saying earlier, like what's the point? What's the point? We have 3 young offensive weapons who we can't get a proper read on until we have competent quarterback play. So you're like, oh, it's a 4th round pick. I get it. And Ryan, you said what?
I don't think Ryan Tannehill's competent quarterback play in 2023.
I mean, you're
lying to yourself. So you want to see Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder split snaps the rest of the year?
I think Taylor Heineke's
rather Heineke
just as good as Ryan Tannehill.
Taylor Heineke is a good football player, but like as far as like, I think that the playbook is limited with him. Tannehill.
Do I have my quarterback tiers list? Do y'all have that?
No, you don't. That got scrapped.
I need to reference where I put Tannehill. Like Tannehill's at the bottom.
He was
tier.
probably in the D tier. Like
he's like the bottom, if not the second to last tier of quarterbacks in the league.
Are there 20 quarterbacks? Is there 20 quarterbacks better than him?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Dude, I might take backups over him. Like I might take Gardner Minshew over him.
That's just so crazy.
I mean, there's guys like I'll take Jameis over him.
Yeah.
You're fucking like all right.
The last time we saw Jameis in an actual situation, Jameis was playing well.
Bro, last time Jameis was playing, Ryan Tannehill was in the playoffs beating Tom Brady.
It was last year.
Last year.
Brady.
Bro, Jameis. All right, bro.
Jameis, his whole career on the Saints, he played well.
He's an unserious ball player. He is.
Ryan Tannehill's not good.
What Julian loves James.
You said backup quarterback, and I was like, yeah, like he's a premium backup quarterback. I thought the Vikings were going to get him.
That's the person that the Vikings should have went for.
I saw a report that Justin Jefferson and him like were talking about it and stuff because they work out together in the summer. But
he's not the answer.
Josh Dobbs.
We go see. And,
we're gonna see the Falcons. We're gonna see the Falcons limp to 9-8, and then we're gonna host a playoff game, and somebody's going to wipe our ass, like wipe their ass with us.
That could be true.
And Mercedes-Benz. You're all gonna
lie. I don't think that Ryan Tannehill is gonna do it.
Tannehill didn't even make the list.
All right, for sure.
He didn't make the list.
We're too good to trade a 4th, 5th round pick for Tannehill.
Bro, I just don't think that he gives us anything. I don't think he gives us a boost at all. Like over over Taylor Heineke. Yeah, over Desmond Ridder. Yes, he's better. Desmond Ridder is ass.
You're supporting a Taylor Heineke like playing quarterback the rest of the season,
bro.
That's not even gonna happen though. Like we're making a decision tomorrow. Or the head coach.
Who are we gonna get?
What do you mean?
Besides, you're talking about Tannehill. Who else was to be had?
Like as far as like who, I don't know who was available around the league. Like obviously, like Jameis was an option.
Jameis, right?
They're not trading. The Saints are not trading.
They weren't trade. I know they weren't. I'm just saying, like available quarterbacks like Josh Dobbs, like he's an option. Like I don't know if there's Jacoby Brissett.
Need a read on our playmakers who catch the ball. We're not signing Josh Dobbs.
Jacoby Brissett option, but he would have been expensive. But I like again. If Jacoby Brissett costs a 3rd round pick, I'm not tripping. I'm really not.
You're training for 8 games with Jacoby Brissett, bro.
Bro, we have to, like, and after this season, I'm pretty sure we have to make a decision on whether or not Kyle Pitts get the 5th-year option. We don't even know who he is as a player.
I'm pretty sure they're.
We don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we both know that they're going to option Kyle Pitts.
Okay, but I'm saying it's not an informed decision. It's I hope he's the same player he was at Florida 3 years ago decision. Because he's not really doing
he was a rookie, or when he was a rookie.
Yeah, he played. He was a good rookie. He had 1,000 yards.
He's 2 years removed from that.
But we've seen it though. It's not like
Ritter
as his quarterback.
That's not his fault.
You're not tired of that, Julian?
I am tired of it, but I don't think that we're going to start airing it out with Jacoby Brissett and Ryan Tannehill. When has Ryan Tannehill ever aired it out? Really?
I'm not saying he can air it out. Like he's like just like he had AJ Brown at 1,000 yards. He can support that like a. I'm just saying like he can support like alpha receivers. He can do it. He's done it before.
I guess.
Am I lying?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying his team didn't get worse when they took him out of the game last week. His team. You're talking about how good the Falcons are, right? You're like this will be the same situation as when he was on the Titans and they went to the playoffs. His team that he's on right now just beat the Falcons on Sunday. How many days are we removed from that? It's Tuesday. That's 2 days ago. The team that you're talking about just beat us. They just beat us without him. He didn't play in the game.
I think Will Levis might be that though.
Oh,
he's talented.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. This is what the Falcons do.
It's his first start.
Is he not talented?
He can be talented. A lot of guys are talented. It's his first start. I'm just saying. And his team just beat us. The team that
I'll just leave it at this. I think Falcons fans need to raise their standards because we deserve better. I don't like this. I don't like that.
I would love to see it. I would love to see us. Yeah, I'm saying. I would love to see us
Eagles have all the
who can launch that 50 yards down the field to Drake London and Pitts. I would love that. I don't think Tannehill's the guy. We'll see what happens in the future.
Everybody else is improving. Like the Eagles are sharks. Niners, Sharks.
Stop talking about the teams who are contenders. The Falcons aren't contenders.
How are we going to become that if we just continue to twiddle our thumbs?
Bro,
what are we doing?
You just wanted us to crash out for Tannehill. You think Tannehill
it's a 4th-round pick, Julian?
That's a crash out. You think that he makes us a contender, though?
You should have crashed out for Lamar, honestly.
Do you think that? Literally, okay, yeah, no. Fine. If we went after Lamar last year, cool. Like we're not having this conversation. I was in support of that. Like I'm fine with that. But what's it called? Ryan Tannehill does not move the needle for the Falcons at all.
That's $85, man. All right, hey, we got to get into this college football just a little bit. I want to hear from Noah before we wrap this thing. But Noah, rankings came out. You seen them?
Yeah, is this them on the screen right here?
Yeah.
They have Ohio State University Buckeyes. This is the #1 team in the nation.
Yeah.
But look, I'll just say this. I'm not tripping about that because, like, every dog has its day, right? Ohio State is going to get stepped on before this regular season ends. I know that to be a fact. But maybe not for the regular season. They have to play Michigan. Because Michigan's real physical and they've got good quarterback play, okay? Like, they're gonna have their day, but like, okay, they have the wins against who? Notre Dame.
Notre Dame had
real. They have Penn State. Penn State is Penn State? Penn State is no better than any of the SEC teams y'all say are overrated. Like Penn State, they're not that.
Like who though?
I'm saying like Penn State, like I just feel away, and I don't have any SEC bias personally. Yes, I tend to think SEC has the best on-field product year in and year out. Obviously, every so often, like the SEC will have a really talented year, or the Big Ten will have a really, and then like this year, for example, Pac-12 looks really good. You know what I mean? But I tend to think the best athletes in the country are in the SEC. You know what I mean? And like for whatever reason, like this year, everybody's saying, "Oh, the SEC is not like really that competitive outside of Georgia." I don't think that's true. I just don't. Like, I think they have solid teams. They just do.
Who's solid?
Every team in the SEC is solid, in my opinion. Outside of Vanderbilt, they just are.
You can't say that you don't have any SEC bias and then come back here and tell me every SEC team is solid. They went outside of the conference and got slapped. They got slapped. The first week of the season, the out of conference play, the SEC was slapped. That's facts.
I mean, I suppose, bro, but like, there's some good teams in the SEC. I'm looking at the standings right now, bro. Like, Missouri is 7-1.
The standings. I'm just saying the standings are always catered towards SEC. Also,
They're
like, especially the coaches poll. Please don't give me the coaches poll is always going to be.
That's the coaches across the nation, is it not?
I understand that.
They're playing each other. Like, that's why they think that. They're
also,
like, oh, these niggas are fine. We're gonna rank them
They
accordingly.
don't really believe that though. Like,
but why are they doing it? Why? What
to make themselves look better, bro?
All right, bro.
Dude,
Here's what I'll say.
You know, it's a
Ohio State's
triangle.
the one-
that was a
Guaranteed,
different line of thought that I haven't heard.
I'm just gonna say this. I don't think this like the standings as they are right now, it's not gonna look anything like that. I think Ohio State's not gonna make the playoff, and it doesn't matter. It's like the first ranking. I don't think Ohio State's gonna make the ranking or the playoff. I think we're gonna have Georgia. We're gonna have Michigan. I think we're gonna have Florida State, and I think we're gonna have Washington.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's contingent on the Michigan and Ohio State game itself.
It is contingent on that. I'm just telling you, like, I don't want to get too worked up over the first ranking because a lot of things have to like fall in place. Like Georgia still has 2-3 more games that are losable. Ohio State has 2-3 more games that are losable. Michigan, so do they. Florida State, I think, is damn near smooth sailing from this point on. I don't really think anybody. I don't think anybody in the ACC is gonna like really give them too many problems.
I think that we're gonna give them a good game. I actually
the University of Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I
mean, to keep it realistic, like we should be 7-1. Like,
but you're not.
I understand that. I'm just talking about the.
I don't think you understand, or you wouldn't have mentioned it, Julian. I'm saying like
our team.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, like,
I think that we're better than LSU.
Okay. Well, I don't think that y'all are going to beat Florida State. I think Florida State's going to like win that game comfortably.
Maybe
then Washington,
game.
Oregon, do Washington, Oregon like do they play again if they went out in the Pac-12?
I think so. I think that can work. Yeah.
So it just depends on what that game looks like. But like on the outside looking in, we've got Oklahoma and Texas. Those are the elephants in the room, and Alabama as well. I don't know how y'all feel about Oklahoma and Texas, but I like their offenses. I like their talent. I just think that they're just going to eliminate each other and that it just happens like that sometimes. And as far as Alabama, I don't see Alabama running the table.
Who do you think they're going to lose to?
I think they're going to lose to the SEC championship. Yeah. Alabama's not as bad as like people thought. Like they got off to a slow start. They have a new quarterback.
Slow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? New quarterback. The transition isn't always as seamless. You know what I mean? As one might hope for, but
as it's been at least.
Say that again, Morgan.
Quarterback versus quarterback.
I was just egging you on, bro. I was just telling you to talk to her. Like
I'm just saying, like Alabama is still probably better than a lot of these teams who are in the top 6. I feel like Alabama is beating Ohio State.
Who did they rank top 6? Like
UGA. In order: Ohio State, UGA, Michigan, Florida State, Oregon, then Washington.
And then I think Oklahoma was 7 for argument's sake, somewhere around there.
7. Interesting. What was Texas?
Oh no, Texas was set. It was Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, and then Ole Miss. 7 through 10.
Ole Miss.
Jesus Christ. The Rebels.
That's what I'd be talking about.
Hot
for a good game. Okay.
Far apart, man. Noah, give us some parting words.
It's just always a pleasure when I can get on the pod and drag on everybody, especially Julian. Julian's not tuned into the games. Julian, he's just a reactionist.
I'm the reactionist.
He wakes up in the morning and thinks of ways to raise my blood pressure, but I won't let him feel me. I let him say what he has to say, but you know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure. Hope I could be on soon. Y'all boys have a blessed one. Feel me?
Nah, absolutely. No, you got to check our comments, bro. They do be on Julian. Like Julian and Jacob.
I'm knowing.
Nah, they be on them too. Like, they be on the Jays.
My taste be growing. That's for sure. I know that.
No. That's a 5 man. We'll be back Saturday. And we out.